let's continue our fantastic coverage of the TriMet August board meeting.
Well, I'll make you a doctor, okay?
Oh yeah, we already heard this. All right, move it up.
And installation services.
Wait.
Mr. General.
Wait.
Of gratitude for clarity on this.
Yeah.
I really look forward to the work of this body and see what these voices, the new voices, can bring.
Great.
Yes, Ozzy, we heard you.
Well, thank you. So, seeing no other comments or hands raised, so we will go ahead and vote. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. We already saw this. Sorry, I fucked up.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries. So next this morning, we'll consider Resolution 22-08-48, authorizing a contract modification with Ortiz and Associates, Incorporated, for bus stop shelter and amenities maintenance and installation services. Mr. General
Here it is, folks. It's the one. Here it is. It's this one. All right. Let me just read it real quick. The contract services include replacement of broken glass panels and the storage of bus shelters, shelter glass, trash cans, blah, blah. In October 2017, TriMet issued a bid, invitation to bid, and Oritz was the lowest bidder. In December, the board approved the resolution authorizing a contract not to exceed just about $2 million. TriMet continues to experience a historically high level of vandalism to its bus shelters and amenities. Well, I don't know what amenities, but the bus shelters. In June 22 alone, there were 100 reported incidents involving shelters. That's in 1 month, folks. And there has been a 400% increase in vandalism since they got the contract. The majority of repairs include the replacement of glass. Replacement glass has skyrocketed 40%. All right. Because of the demand increase, they're going to give them $1.5 million. Now, a sensible person and a sensible executive, a sensible manager would say, well, we might want to look at a different type of configuration for our shelter. And they do have unbreakable shelter glass, and it does exist. It's slightly more expensive than regular glass, but you can't break it. Okay? But they're not doing that. They're going to just keep pumping money at this contractor here. So, I mean, this is your typical government. They have a problem. They know there's a problem. So what's their solution? Shovel money at it. Let's not fix the problem. Let's shovel money at it. Let me see if I can. Well, let's listen to what he says first.
Manager, your comments, please.
Thanks, President Simmons, members of the board. This request for a contract modification has become necessary.
Look, they don't even have it on the screen here. They don't have what I just read on the screen. They did this in the last meeting. The controversial resolutions don't show up. It's hard for me to think that it's intentional, but maybe it's intentional. Why isn't it here? Why are you showing us this?
Necessary to address an unfortunate and unprecedented amount of vandalism occurring along our streets throughout the region. As with some storefront windows and other items in public spaces, our bus shelters and the amenities contained in them are being damaged at a disturbing rate. TriMet estimates about a 400% increase in vandalism resulting in damage or destroyed bus shelters since Ortiz took over the maintenance contract back in 2018. So combine that with the skyrocketing costs associated with replacement glass, paint, and general refurbishment, we've exhausted the initial roughly $2 million value of the contract. So the modification will increase the contract authority by $1.5 million to allow Ortiz to continue repairing these types of facilities that our riders count on. It will also fund for the anticipated maintenance for the shelters and the amenities along our new FX division line through the end of the contract, which expires in March of next year. The funding is included in the facilities maintenance division operating budget for FY23 and will be paid for with local funds. Ortiz is a small firm with 7 employees. It is currently undergoing recertification as a DBE and intends to self-perform all of the work. And I request your approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
So move.
Well, let's see. Who wants to claim the motion?
Unbreakable.
Age before beauty.
Okay, Director Keith. Director
Well,
Keith Edwards.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Okay, so is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Director Gonzalez, it's been moved and seconded. Does anyone wish to make comments before we vote? Director Lewis.
A quick comment for General Manager. What is DBE? You said they're waiting recertification. I was just curious.
Yeah, it's a disadvantaged business enterprise.
Oh,
so just been recertified.
Okay.
All right, here it is.
So there is, I didn't know there was, what's the certification period? I'm just curious.
She didn't even know what DBE is, folks. She didn't. So this is a good question. She just asked a very good question. I need to pay attention. She just asked what disadvantaged business. What's the certification qualifications for that?
Zach in.
I was just curious.
Our procurement, he'll be able to tell you exactly.
And Sam has to hand it over to somebody else.
That's good to know that you do have to requalify. It's not a one and done, especially in that area, but I did not know that.
Zach, are you there?
I am here. Good morning, members of the board, President Simmons. So I'm not exactly sure what the full, term is for the renewal period, but I do know that they have to renew from time to time based on, the size of their company and just to make sure that they're maintaining the, the standards of the certifications that they maintain.
Well,
the state of Oregon maintains the COBID website, which is the website where
it's COBID, not COVID. I got confused by that.
all the firms have to go to register for, including disadvantaged business enterprise as well as minority-owned business enterprise, women's business enterprise, and service-disabled veteran enterprise as well. So the state of Oregon maintains that in all of those certifications.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Director Edwards, you have your hand up.
Yes, thank you. I guess my question centers around future, and because if this continues, it's going to escalate as far as the cost goes, and as well as the frequency of the damage as well. And is there anything that we can do or are pursuing in regards to trying to mitigate this damage and hopefully bring it into check so that people aren't destroying their own property, basically?
So Director Edwards, I'm definitely going to answer the question, but I'm going to have our expert, Karen Powell.
Yeah. Pass it along, Sammy.
That was my question to her and her leader as well about that. So Karen, are you there?
Leaders within leaders. There's a leader, and she's a leader, and then she has a leader.
I am, Mr. Dessou. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's this woman. This woman's a trip.
Good morning, Board of Directors and President Simmons, and thank you for your question, Director Edwards. Yes, we have been feverishly pursuing alternate materials and solutions that will be more robust. It has been very challenging. There are a number of different products out there these days to address these conditions. However, few of them will work with our current shelter design. And so we did struggle quite a bit to identify products that would work within our current shelter structures, so to speak. And I'm very pleased to share that with the much appreciated support of our partners in procurement, we are implementing a pilot imminently for a product called Riot Glass. And as the name suggests, we hope that it will be much more robust. We're doing a pilot with 700 of the Riot Glass panels. And right now, staff's primary concern that we'll be monitoring are issues around etching on this glass, because it is, again, very resilient, but acid etching and the like will definitely compromise it. We are also pleased that we have now discovered a second option, which is called hammer glass.
Yes.
And we'll commence to work on trying to get a pilot going of that product as well, so that we can make our best possible decision moving forward. We did struggle with hammer glass because they are based in Europe, but I'm pleased to report that through the TriMet network, one of my colleagues...
What do you mean? They're NATO! You're NATO! Okay? You have you do everything for each other, right? An attack against one bus shelter in one country is an attack against all bus shelters in all NATO countries. So don't give us this. You can't use Europe.
Colleagues was able to finally identify a U.S.-based contact. So we're excited to move forward on that one as well.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Director Gonzalez?
Thank you, President Simmons. Two things. First and foremost, to the board, for those, the question on DBE from Dr. Lewis is a great tidbit for any one of us on the board to be familiar with. And I encourage you, if you haven't already, to reach out to our team to get a board education session on our procurement and our equity and inclusion work. They talk about the DEBE program. They talk about how our procurement looks at that. And I highly encourage you, because with all the money that we spend, seeing how our team is evaluating the community benefit of businesses through using and contracting with DBEs is such a great part of our...
Oh, shut up, Ozzy. As you can see, the technology exists. Right there in front of your eyes, you've just seen hammer glass. So, why aren't you using it? Why aren't you using it now? And why are you dicking around?
Our work. So, you know, if you're not already familiar, I highly encourage you. And two, to the public, to the city, to Portland at large, and I'd say to the TriMet system users. Goodness, Riot Glass, Hammer Glass, I would so much rather be spending our money on service, wouldn't you? I really appreciate...
What service, Ozzy? You don't have any. Stop gaslighting us, will you? Christ. You think the people smashing that shelter is watching this? Nobody watches you. I'm one of the few people, I'm the only one that I know that actually watches these and evaluates these meetings. And I only have like 10 people that are interested in what I'm saying. So nobody's listening to you, Ozzy.
Appreciate our team in trying to figure out these problems. I much more wish we didn't have these problems. Please help us out there in the community to...
Yeah, we wish everybody was as rich as you and had a nice business and you can stay home and make six figures.
Maintain a clean, robust, safe system. I couldn't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, thank you. Well said. Seeing other hands raised, we'll move forward with the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposition? Hearing none, motion carries.
All right, folks, there you have it. Keep funneling that money into a goddamn glass that's breakable when there's other options out there. Stop studying it and start acting on it.